We're in the postgame, and we are joined by head coach Buzz Williams. Coach, as always, thanks for coming out and taking time for us. We appreciate that. Was there too much single-side offense for your team today? I know the shots didn't fall, but was that part of the reason?
A little bit too much. Not enough energy. Stayed on the ball a little too long. Not enough moving the ball side, top side quickly. Getting the ball out of the ball screen coverage faster. We were just a step slow, a step behind. Didn't play with the energy that we had to play with.
Sometimes it's hard on senior day to handle the emotions. You talked about that. Time, score, momentum, and then you had a 5-point lead at the half, but yet in the second half, obviously Collins not a factor in the first half. You guys did a great job on that, but he got in foul trouble. He has a big second half. What kind of went wrong in the second half in your mind?
We just, again, they scored at a very high clip, too high of a clip for us to overcome. Played too long of stretches in the first half without Ty, without Seth. Played too long of stretches in the second half without Ty. And again, there's no maneuverability. I thought Collins was really good when he played. Obviously, their point guard shot 14 free throws. That's hard to overcome. They shot 33 free throws at our place, and so they doubled us in free throw makes, and that's what we want to be about. And that's hard to overcome from the flip side, right? We want to put that pressure on the opponent, not them putting the pressure on us. So just a little behind in every facet.
Buzz Williams is with us following the Hokies season finale here today at the Castle Coliseum. And, Coach, we've talked a lot throughout the course of the season, particularly after Chris got hurt, that your margin for error when it pertains to foul trouble is 0. Yeah. And I've made the analogy, it's like losing your 3-hitter in a baseball lineup, but you have 4 3-hitters. Yeah. How much does that affect you? And go specifically, because I know it's easy to say, well, minutes, but it seems like it threw a little bit of everything off today.
Yeah, it's for sure minutes, not just the minutes of the person that's in foul trouble, but the minutes that the others have to absorb. And particularly Ty, when Ty has to go out, now Bibbs is exclusively at the 4, and now the remaining 3 guards have to play. And within whatever we're trying to do defensively, it alters it all. And I think that Bibbs has been in foul trouble once. This was the first time Ty's been in foul trouble. 5 got in foul trouble 2 home games ago, but it hasn't been for an extended period of time. And I think that it's just the rhythm that we've been in that was altered, a credit to them. But like I said, it just wasn't as fluid as we have to be offensively or defensively. And that rhythm, when it's altered, it's not just on one end, it's on both ends. And I think that, again, if the opponent is shooting 33 free throws, that adds to it's never fluid. It's very choppy. And if it's choppy and you're playing from a deficit, not only in score, but relative to your roster, I think it just adds to the burden that your group is trying to carry.
What was your message to the team heading to the ACC tournament? Because it's really a fresh start, a new season, so to speak.
Yeah, they weren't ready to hear it.
Yeah, too close.
I'm not ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
We got beat. We need to use this as a lesson. We've been on an incredible run over the last 6 games. I mean this in the right way. They have been aware the entire stretch what has been at stake. They were aware at Boston College. They were aware here versus Miami. And maybe to get over that hump, if that's the word that you want to use. And then to add to that, senior day, is emotionally the energy was never the way that it had to be. I think they've been carrying a lot of water figuratively for a long period of time, and I think they just exhaled. And those guys are playing for a chance to go to the tournament. So we'll address all of that tomorrow at some point when we get together. But after all that we just did in postgame and how the game ended, that's probably not the right time, and I'm not in the mood to talk about it either. So
Yeah, without question, and that's the last thing they'll want to hear. But what they did get to hear, and you just mentioned it, was the cheers of a grateful crowd and a grateful family and fan base after the game today. The seniors, obviously, basking in that today. But touch on, if you will, it's such a building process, digging process to fill this arena. And just the culmination, not just of today, but now that you've concluded your home slate for the year.
Well, I think it's been a groundswell since we've been here, and I thought that each of those kids in their own way articulated it really well. And I thought it was well received by the people that stayed. We need to let them know in the future that on the last home game that we're going to have whatever type of ceremony that it is, so that the people that weren't aware that left, they're able to absorb it because they've been a part of it as well. And I think that the trajectory of what we're doing relative to the building, if you're talking about our team, it's been mirrored by the support of our team. And I think when our guys are expecting that it's going to be sold out, and that has become semi-commonplace, that mirrors the trajectory of what we're trying to do as a team. And I think I wish we would have won, but 15-2 at home. We lost by 4 against Notre Dame, and we lost by 5 today. So we're down 9 points over an entire season at home. That's great, right? We're grateful for that. We're thankful for that. All of the marketing people, the administration, and all of their creative ideas, the turn on your phone and somehow the lights pop up, all the different stuff that's been going on. I think it just adds to it. And, yeah, that's good, right?
You talked about Seth and Zach came here on faith, and you look about, they mentioned it out there, we were at the bottom, and we've turned it around. We've got it going in the right direction. You got to be so proud of those kids and what they were able to do and how they were able to buy in and what you've been able to accomplish in this short time.
Well, and I mean this in the right way for all of us. There was no other choice, right? We went 2-16, and like as emotional as Zach was at the end, within the first 3 sentences, he articulated it. Hey, we went 2-16 because they remember that, and I think that there's a lot of lessons for them in the work that's been required, not only on the floor but off the floor, because it's not Field of Dreams. If you build it, they'll come. This is real life. This is not a movie. And so both of those guys, Matt and Greg have already graduated. The other 2 kids are going to graduate. It's the building not only of our team and the organization, and they've been critically important to that, but it's the building of their lives. Obviously, they went elsewhere to start their careers, and for them to finish it here after sitting out a year while sitting on the bench watching what transpired when we're playing 2 walk-ons, distinct minutes, and then to be able to go have the success that we've had, however you want to categorize that, and to be in the position. I think we'll probably be the 7 seed on Wednesday. The math could be wrong. We've got some guys that maybe are trying to figure it out that don't know what they're doing. But
yeah, that's what we got too.
That's what, and that includes you guys that may not know what's going on.
True.
So we may have another chance at Wake Forest again on Wednesday. So yeah, it's hard to articulate it right now because I'm just as swamped emotionally as they are, but they for sure came here on faith, and there was no evidence of anything other than faith, hope, and love. And I think you heard that in their comments that they're very grateful for the love that they have felt and received from all parts.
And, Coach, I thought the post-game ceremony took away a little bit of the bitter taste to the end and reminded of what the building has been.
I don't know what the right way to do it is. You don't want to just shake their hand before the game and go, hey, we appreciate all you've done. But then when you wait and 30% of the place leaves because they're unaware, we got to tighten all that up, and that's got to become a tradition in what we do here, and that's part of what happens in Castle on the last home game, and we'll get better at that, and we'll be more efficient. But I'm not any good after a game whether we win or lose.
Might be halftime. Take away the red panda.
That would be even better. I'd rather do the I saw the lady, our kids
the
were
red
telling
panda.
me.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
And they were telling me, they were like, Coach, that's the red panda. And I'm like,
Who is that?
The
I
legend.
thought Panda was like the Chinese food.
Like, who does she
And they
play
were like,
for?
no, Coach, she rides this thing and kicks the bowls up. And I'm like, can you do it right now? I asked the lady, can you do a little show for us right now? So maybe we need to do that pregame, and we won't warm up, and we'll just watch that.
Well, Coach, we'll close with this. Good news and bad news. Good news, Mikey and I are done pestering you for the regular season.
That is great news.
Followed quickly by the bad
bad
news.
news
We're
is-
going to do the same thing in the postseason.
Back to the dentist.
Yeah, and
and that
and we
too.
have Tech Talk Live
Tomorrow night, we do,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Ah.
But
Whew.
we'll hash it out, and we'll head to Brooklyn. Coach,
See you guys.
thanks, man. Congratulations on all you've built.